Alright everyone, Shikai Hogan here, reporting for the review. So, a while ago, I actually asked a few people on my Facebook page whether if I should review a really weird controller or not, and well, seems like they want me to review, but my friend actually offered me to review his controller, and this is it. This is Ipega Red Elf, which if you don't know, if you haven't followed my channel that long, I did review an Ipega controller, and boy, it's bad. It's just terrible. That was probably around 2 years ago. No, it's a year ago. Yeah, it's 2 years ago almost. And it was terrible back then. And that thing still looks like an actual controller. So this one right here is another one. And from my friend's point of view, this one is also pretty bad. And speaking of the previous controller a little bit more, I actually give that controller to my friend Edge. And yeah, same opinion as him as well. It's terrible. But yeah, I mean, the intention was good, but I guess that doesn't help much. But yeah, let's see, what's this controller? So this is kind of like trying to get the classic style controller, like N64, I believe, the one with the square controller. I never have N64, unfortunately. I do have Game Boy, I do have PS1. I even play some games on Windows 98, but I don't have the N64 or other system console like from Nintendo's or Sega. I never even touched Sega before, but yeah, I think it's kind of try to look that and try to make it portable as possible. I mean, this is my hand. Look, comparing to my hand, it's so much smaller, as you can see. Oops. But I think it's not that bad. But from my friends, it says it's terrible. So let's see. Yeah, front, down, side, back, other side. So what's on the back here before we open it? It has gamepad, travel case, and silicone stand. And this mini wireless game controller is portable design and provide comfortable handheld feelings. Kinda dope that. It will be your best game playmate while traveling. And it can connect to your usual normal controller style. Nintendo Switch. I'm not sure what's the I mode here, but I know the X one is an Xbox. Oh, the I is iOS, iPhone, iPad, something like that. Smart TV box, okay. But I'm going to use it on a PC, so there is that. So let's open this up and see what do we have here. So there's a tab here that you can open. It's already slash, obviously, because it's already opened by my friend before. And what is this? There's a rating here. We specialize in manufacturing professional gamepad. What a joke. I mean, I'm coming into this really negative because I kind of forgot how this one feels. But previous controller I have from Ipega also sucks, so I don't have much hope here. Tape. Oh boy, it's even taped like that, really. Sure, why not? Opening it up. We have... okay. A box here. The case itself, it looks kind of nice. It's plastic, of course. And there is no instruction manual, but that's because my friend kind of forgot where he put it, I think. So, but then again, you can just search online for the tutorial for this, I'm pretty sure. It's rechargeable. Let's just open it up. And look at that. The Ipega controller. It comes with the cable, which is really short. Are you serious? I mean, even if you game on a laptop, right? This is so short. I mean, even my short cable controller for that I bought third party for my Xbox controller is much longer than this. And it barely reached my position, but it works. This one won't even reach. What the hell? This is so short. Are they cutting costs with the cable? Oh my god. Anyway. So as for the feel, it obviously feels very cheap. It has a bezel here. Not sure why, because if anything, that's make things feel much more emptier, I guess. No, it doesn't affect the placement inside here because the way it shapes. Also, yeah, the thing here that's supposed to be with this is actually on my friend's place because he found out it's a really good thing to use for a phone stand. So, you know, it is what it is. So yeah, it has Android mode and iOS mode. Okay, feel-wise so far, it's felt pretty cheap. It's using USB, I mean USB, I forgot what it's called, but was it Type B? Well, it's an outdated one, not the Type C one. Yeah, this is I think Type B. And as you can see here, focus, you bastard. There we go. As you can see, there is little logo there to indicate which controller mode you're in. You can play it wireless, but I'm not going to do that because honestly, I don't want to use wireless controller in general. But yeah, and so there is the trigger and the buttons there. Obviously, there is no stick button because it's just lie flat there, and it's really small. At least for my hands. My hand is considered pretty big. Let's see, the trigger. It has some sort of level, but it doesn't feel right. Not sure. We're going to test that later. I kind of doubt there is some sort of analog trigger on this thing, but if there is, I don't think it will be effective anyway. There's the start and home button. The actual button for itself. This button is kind of alright. Like, it's pretty standard. Control, the analog felt terrible. Oh my god, how do I describe this? It just has so much friction on it. There is some rotation a little bit on the knob, but it just felt terrible. That felt terrible. Both of them felt terrible. There is a limitation here that honestly they don't need this because if anything that only give a chance to get pinched by it, but well, I don't think you can, but in such an impossible moment it's probably going to pinch you, which is a weird choice. And then we have the D-pad here. Let's try. Oh, now I know what my friends meant. So this edge here is quite sharp for what it is compared to other controller that I have. Let me pick up something real quick. Okay, so this is, pardon the grime here, or whatever it's called, residue. This felt a little smooth if I go like this. Like, it won't peel on my skin, at least not too much. And it's fairly friendly for your finger. This, however, it's like the edge of a stairs. which is really sharp. Like, you know, the stairs that's made out of cement, right? That's how it feels. It's just stuck there and it's into your finger. Like, oh yeah, that will give me some hard time if I want to try to do a fireball move or a DP. Well, DP is kind of okay, but yeah, I think we're going to have a problem here. But we'll see how this goes. I actually check it first on calibration, and lo and behold, I'm trying to press this really slowly. Ding, ding, ding. Just full. I'm not even kidding. This is just nothing, 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 nothing. It's just 0 and 1. So this seemingly look like analog trigger. Isn't an analog, it's just your usual button trigger. Now we're in the game, so I'm going to show you the other problem that we have here. Is that apparently the up and down and is just so sensitive. If you look at how it works here, it's not me, it's just I'm just pressing on one side, but if I move it a little bit, it's just go up immediately, which is, well, like it won't be a direct move, but it's not even consistent, because sometimes it does that. So, but this is just me trying to press strike, just a little bit tilted to the down, and it's just immediately goes to crouch. That's kind of questionable. Like, there is no middle ground for the middle. I mean, I can manage to the middle ground for a bit, but then it's kind of hard to do. I mean, also I can see, I mean, it's not hurting me that much because it's a short session, but if I play this game for a long period of time, like maybe on a stream for example, right, I can feel why it's going to hurt you, because that sharp edge on the D-pad, oh my god, that's terrible. I mean, I can do that really normal, but how about the... Yeah, for doing the... What is it? DP, it's kind of hard to do because the way it works here. Like, I have to go forward. That's me trying to press forward. It's not even on purpose, by the way. I have to go forward, down, and down forward, right? Yeah. Instead, I got that because it's just go half quarter circle instead of DP move. Yeah. I can't even do a DP on this thing. How is my friend doing the DP easily? How? I mean, oh yeah, starting to get my thumbs a little irritation there. Just trying to do this fireball. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm actually a pad player on fighting games before I switched to arcade stick, but this I can't even do consistently whatsoever. Because either when I press front, it just stay down or up when I just trying to go for one way. I mean, that's the easiest way to do it. I mean, the other side is alright.
Yeah, I can do this more consistent on this side, but oh yeah, it stabbed me, especially on the corner of one of the D-pad area there. Yeah, I can be more consistent that way, but on this side, I cannot even do the double projectile that S has. See what I mean? I can do it much easier that way, but not with the other way around. It's just I'm not even intentionally jump here. Oh god. The D-pad quality is terrible. I mean, I can play with the analog stick, but who does that? Yeah, I can't even do the analog stick right, but at most I can do once, and well, sometimes twice, but you see the way it goes. I'm trying to do a quick move and it's not enough. God, this is terrible. But yeah, I can just switch to my Xbox controller real quick and show you how much easier doing it that way. Just gonna cut that off. I'm putting on my Xbox controller here, which this is what I use usually for perfecting games before I switch to the what is it? The arcade stick, which I still do it less consistently than this, but look, I'm going to do the double projectile easily. Well, okay, it's been a while, but yeah, just a bit misinput, but it's much more consistent than the other controller, and then I can just move just fine. I'm not even kidding. Oh yeah, I forgot that's a guard break. Yeah, I'm not even jumping like this, but yeah, you get the idea. Yeah, I'm still having trouble with doing it way too fast, but much easier. Maybe I should do it one more game before we end this. So, next game. Okay, so now we're on God Eater 3, where I can utilize most of the stick here at this point. So I can just zoom in with the D-pad, but that's not the point here. The point here is the feel on how this should work. So it's... oh, now the game just decided to not work standard. Yeah, that is another issue here. If you try using a USB control here and there is part of it still full, it wouldn't really actually work as intended. And this kind of shows. So if there is a battery life on this thing, no, if it's full actually, according to my friend here, it will randomly disconnect you from your control. So you're better off using a wireless mode, but you know wireless has its own issue. Okay. And now it works much better. So now it's for the when it works right. It's really hard to use it because it's such a small button. Like if I try to go for the right trigger to do the shield dash, as you can see, I actually have to fold my hands quite a bit. And now it's not working again because the battery is full again. Yeah. This is how this thing is problematic. So, but yeah. The way it works, it's not going to work as intended most of the time. So if you use cable, this is another problem. If you're using wireless, that shouldn't be the issue, but you know, then you have the problem of the controller is so small and stuff, and this is also I'm using a different cable, so you know, it's just how it is. Like, I have to let it sit on my for the well, at the most end of my fingertips, and that, remember the small part underneath that's hollowed? That's so I can just make it like I'm pulling on it with my pinky and my ring finger, both of them, so I can place my other finger on the buttons properly. And it doesn't feel good. This controller is terrible. So, my final talk about the controller. In such a quick moment, I don't even have to use this for a week. Just less than an hour, I can already tell how many problems it has. And I don't know if it actually works for Switch or iOS and stuff, but I know it's working, but I cannot record that because really. Okay, I'm switching to my Xbox controller now, so I don't have to sit here too long. But yeah, overall, just don't. You'll suffer with this controller. I mean the Ipega controller. No. It's as shitty as it can get. The only good thing about this is its portability. It's even worse if you're a wired user, because every time the controller is in full charge, it will decide, yeah, let's just disconnect it. And then it causes all sorts of problems when mid-game. So if I should rate the controller from ergonomic, that's a 0. Well, not really 0, it's 1. Because it's portable, but other than portability, it's bad. Because the form factor is way too small for a handheld controller. Like, I mean, can they at least make the placement kind of like Xbox or PlayStation controllers in a bigger way? Because I'm pretty sure they can, but they just decided not to. Because the intended target for the controller is a mobile user, but even for mobile user, it's not good. And what else? The other problem here for the functionality, it's alright. I give it's half 5, you know, 5 out of 10. Its function, yes, have lack function, like what is it? The right and left stick button, for example, that is not exist. The trigger is just 1 and 0, which is not exactly a good thing if you want to play racing games. I mean, it's fun for other games, but for racing games, it's a no-go. And speaking of the trigger itself, it end up feeling mushy and less responsive due to the travel it needs to get to the point of 1. But if you're a PC user, I would say it's 2 or 10. A PC user with wire, to be more precise. Why? Because the wire that they provide is so short. I have to use a third-party wire. Yes, it works much better with third-party wire because it's much longer. You can sit a bit further than your USB port, because I tried with laptop and I don't even want to show it to you how short it is. You already see how short that is. You don't even need to know how far can you sit from your laptop, for example. But the feature that they have is actually not even the controller. It's the accessory they came up with, which is, you know, dumb. But yeah, you know what? Let's just call it a day. I don't want to talk about this controller any further. Alright everyone, Shikai Hokan here, reporting for the end of the world. I mean, the video. Hope you guys enjoyed today's content. If you like it, feel free to activate that like button. If you want to see more of my content, you can put a mark on my head with that subscribe button. And lastly, any kind of support and feedback would be really appreciated. So, thanks for watching, and remember, I'm keeping my eyes on you. Keep on living, buddy.